and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I'm just a girl who likes reading romance, romantasy, paranormal, fantasy, any kind of book in general, and I also happen to have cerebral palsy, and it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. I also hope watch my videos can make your day just a little bit brighter. Today's video is going to be my May end of the month wrap up. I'm going to talk about all the books that I read in the second half of May. I read a lot of romantasy and sci-fi books. Some of the books I'm going to go by fairly quickly because I talked about them in videos. If you're curious to know what I read in the first half of May, I'll leave my mid-month wrap-up down below in the description. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. It's a sci-fi book. People are living in the solar system, and there are class systems by color. Gold people are on top of the food chain, and red people are on the bottom. And Darrow is from Mars. He is the red planet, and he infiltrates the gold planet for the liberation of the red people and for revenge because the gold people killed his wife. And I gave this book 4 stars. Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. Emmett enters a reality dating show in order to help his grandparents' business. The thing is, he doesn't fall for the contestants. He falls for the scout location manager of the show, Julie Silva, Theo Silva from Reckless, younger sister. I gave it 4 stars. I loved Emmett and Julia's relationship. I could care less about the reality dating show aspect, but I loved their relationship. I highly suggest the audiobook because this is Elsie's first audiobook in duet narration style. The male narrator is Teddy Hamilton. Tortured Soul. This book is a paranormal version of the Bonds That Tie series by Jay Bree. If you like that series, we're following this heroine who is a succubus who finally gets her freedom from hell, and Hades tells her to go to this academy, but in this academy she finds 2 of her mates, and she cannot bond with them for a reason. It's their story, and you figure out why she rejected the bond for their mate's sake. That's why I said this book reminds me of the paranormal version of the Bonds That Tie series. I give this book 5 stars. Shifter Academy series by Elizabeth Dear. I read both books 1 and 2. Can't remember the title of these books. Here's the image of book 1, but I read this series because my friend Jess at Peace Love Books, and this is a really fun paranormal shifter series. Heroine who is a female shifter, and in this world, females in this world do not shift. So her fathers sent her to the Guardian Academy for safety along with her twin brother, and she applies to be in the Guardian program in the schools, because in this world there are also plagued with monsters, and only the soldiers in the Guardian program can fight them. But the thing is, the heroine and her brother has been fighting those monsters along with her family and the human world, and the academy is not aware of that. And during this time, the heroine also meets her fated mates, and I read book 2 in the series, which is the blue book. 2 is about a continuation of book 1, The Deal, and The Score by Al Kennedy, because I wanted to see how accurate the TV show's adaptation was. I gave The Deal 5 stars, and also The Score 5 stars. The next couple books I'm going by fairly quickly because I did videos on them. The Heartstring Duology by Liezl. Book 1 is called Crown Me Dead. Book 2 is called Crown Me Yours. 5 stars. I also talked about this book in that video, and all I can say is I'm still thinking about that ending, that cliffhanger ending, because I've never read anything like it. I give this book 5 stars. The Sanctum series, I gave the first book 4 stars, and I can't, and second ring or second sanctum, I gave 5 stars. Heir of Illusion, 4 stars. Reckless by Becca Steele. This is an sports romance, and we're following both the heroes who have been rivals since they were children. They're rivals in soccer, and somehow they end up in the same professional soccer team, and their coach is sick of their fighting because their fighting got in the newspaper. So their agents set them up to go on this deserted island to work on their friendship. And during that time on their island, they fall for each other. Subway Slaying, detective mystery series, 5 stars. And we're following Larkin and Doyle, a cold case detective, and Doyle is a forensic artist, and it's their relationship, and it's their slow burn romance. I love their relationship. I highly suggest the audiobooks for this series because Cale Williams does a great job with the narration. Because I Killed Him, another dystopian book. And this dystopian book is really interesting because people are separated by color system. The blues are on top and greens are on bottom, and it's based on what color blood you have, and the other colors are red, purple, and purple. And this world is set in the future, but in like a 1920s Great Gatsby setting. And in the story, there's a new drug that's going around in society. We're following the heroine who goes to this academy to regain her status because she is a renowned fencer, but she got stripped of her right to fence when she defended herself against an attack, and she killed her attacker with her fencing sword. But the person she killed is part of the Blues, and Blues own this society. So she goes to this academy to get her rights back, and in this academy, she meets Enzo, who's also blue, who's also the cousin of the guy she killed. I give this book 5 stars. It is so worth the hype it's getting on Bookstagram. Damien, the the third book in the Sons of the Fallen series. I give this book 5 stars. Vermillion of Flames. This is a sci-fi series, and in this series, the Earth is destroyed, and people are living on planets where the Republic is controlled by the church, and people are under oppression by the church. And then we have the Vermillion Rebellion. So it's a clash between two armies, and we're following two characters. Kaya, who is sent to the Republic's main planet because her adventures lead her to a desert island that is forbidden to go on, so they sent her to the Republic planet, and she's forced to leave her dad, who's like a prominent person, and her brother. But while she's at the Republic, she uh, tries to learn more about her mother's death, because her mother's death is a mystery to her, because she knows that people are lying to her, or she knows her mother's death wasn't an accident. And then we're following Silas, who is the commander for the Republic Army, for the church, and their stories intersect when both Kaya and Silas learn the truth behind what the Republic is doing, what the church is doing, and I really liked it. I gave it 5 stars. Burns the Flame. We follow the heroine, who is a pickpocket, but this time she steals the wrong thing. She thought she stole a pocket of like money, but it turned out she stole something from the king. And then we're going to execute her. Then they learn there's something special about her blood, and they give her two choices. They She can either die like she was supposed to, or go to this academy to train to be a weapon for the king. And of course, she chooses the latter, and she gets a mentor. And it's a mentor mentee romance, and I really liked it. I give 4 stars. It's a great start to the series. The Billionaires of Boston series by Marty Mann. We're following two roommates who are nurses. The first book is called A Million Times Yes. Her book is about a billionaire in disguise, and she hates billionaires because she blames billionaires for what happened to her mom and her living place years ago. So she's weary of billionaires, and once the hero finds that out, he doesn't say that he's a billionaire, but I give this book 4 stars. It's spicy as heck. If you like QB Tyler spice, you'll love this book. Don't ever stop. This is about the hero's brother from book 1 and the heroine's roommate from book 1. He is a single dad, she is a pediatrician nurse. And I also gave this book 4 stars. I decided to read these books because they were on KU Read and Listen, where if you download the audiobook on Kindle Unlimited, you get the audiobook on Audible for free. And last but certainly not least, I read Tortured Souls by Melissa K. Rorick. I finally read this book because the audiobook just came out and I listened to the audiobook on Everend. And this is an arranged marriage fantasy romance, the dark romantasy, and we're following characters that we've seen in previous books. Ethan, the king, Rosnick, a dragon shifter guy, and Kaya. And Kaya and Ethan have to get married for reasons, and Rosnick becomes Kaya's guard, and a lot of twists and turns happen, and the ending of this book made my jaw drop. Of course, I gave this book 5 stars. Those are all the books that I read in the second half of May. Please let me know, what books did you read in the second half of May? I would love to know. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Liking this video will help me out a lot. And I'll see you Friday. Bye.